अगर रास्ता खूबसूरत है तो पता कीजिए कि किस मंजिल की ओर जाता है, पर अगर मंजिल खूबसूरत है तो कभी रास्ते की परवाह मत कीजिए, क्योंकि समस्या का हल और मेहनत का फल आपको अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचा ही देगा। A very energetic good morning to each and everyone present over here. This is Simran at 11th grade, and today I am standing here to tell something which I have learned till this point of my life. पर कुछ लोग कहते हैं जिंदगी बहुत आसान है, कुछ कहते हैं बहुत मुश्किल है, पर असल में जिंदगी सिर्फ उनकी बदलती है जो खुद बदलने की हिम्मत रखते हैं। There are two kinds of people exist in this world. One who wait for the right time and one who create that right time. One who say tomorrow I'll do it and one who silently whispers why not today. And that is the small difference between success and failure. Okay, just raise your hand or say yes if you have ever made this excuse कि आज पढ़ने का मन नहीं कर रहा है, आज थोड़ा रेस्ट कर लेते हैं, आज मूड नहीं है, etc. etc. Yes. Even I too used to do this. Now let me just turn the pages of my life back and introduce you all to my younger self, the younger Simran, who always used to make excuses every single morning before going to school or tuitions. कि I have a headache, I have a stomach ache, etc. etc. But you know that I still remember that one single line from my father that changed me completely and turned me up. He just said simply to me that Simran, if you stood first, I'll give you a present. Sounds funny, right? But that little Simran took it as a challenge to prove herself. And in second grade, I stood third. In third, we didn't score well. But in fourth, for the very first time, I stood first. I thought it was a coincidence. But on 18th March 2020, in my 5th grade, I again saw my name on school rankers board in first position. I screamed out loud and jumped with joy and happiness that I made it. And then again in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th until 10th, I stood first every consecutive year. And even the senior secondary topper in my 2nd grade. I know you all will questioning yourself why I am telling all this. So I am not here to tell you what I have done or what I have achieved. I am here to tell you what made me done this is the discipline, the dedication, and most important, the consistent effort that I have gone through all those years. Because reaching at the top is easier, but remaining at the top is the most toughest part. Even studies from Stanford University proves that a student who are more consistent and disciplined perform 34% better than those who have talent. Because discipline always beats the talent. And trust me, if you don't have talent, just build the discipline. Just build the discipline. And it's just simple. If you have decided that atomic structure or quadratic equation has to be completed by today, it needs to be completed by today at any cost. No if and no but. And even this was also said by Krishna in the famous religious book called Bhagavad Gita. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्तु मा फलेषु कदाचन. अर्थात कर्म करते रहो, फल की चिंता मत करो. Just be ready to convert that into a profitable. Let me share one of the incidents. This year only, one Sabik asked me that the school performance has dropped in class 10. This year, the highest performance of school is 95.2 in 10 board, and that was me. But let me answer you, Sabik, here. That from the very first day of my 10 to the last day of my 10, I just manifested only 95 plus percentage on boards. Because nobody in my family has scored that much percentage. And I made it on the day of the result. Everybody is asking. Aman sir is just messaging, Salom is just messaging me, like, what is your results? And I was froze out that I made it. And this is the law of attraction. This is called the manifestation. Anybody remember the third law of motion of Newton? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you give everything from your side, you will universe, in God. I know it sounds you very weird, but studying is actually the easiest task. As that of you which you dreamed of, like becoming a YouTuber or a gamer like Carrie Minati or Triggered Insan or a dancer or an actor. Because everything there depends upon the other people's opinions, their likes, their follows. But in study, everything depends upon you. You are solely responsible for your grades, for your marks. Everything is your own control. You know, your mind, the human brain cannot comprehend the negative. I'll give you an example. Don't think of an elephant. Don't think of a cake. I said don't think. Will you think?
Yes.
Will cake strike in your mind? Same as the human brain. You cannot told human brain not to do something. You know, skis. If you go through trees on skis in snow and tell yourself don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree, don't hit a tree. Lastly, you will stick a tree. Because you are constantly telling your brain on constantly focusing on that tree. Instead of it, if you tell yourself, follow the path, follow the path, follow the path. Now what you are doing, you are constantly focusing on the path and will easily clear that path. The same thing is happening with us. If we focus on the obstacle, we will only see the obstacle. But if we focus on the path, we will only see the path. It's our choice how we chose to proceed. Have you ever wondered why only some people are called successful, some people are called intelligent, some people are called smart? Why Sachin is called the god of cricket or Shah Rukh Khan is King Khan? Why only I stood first all those years? Just think of it. Let me answer it. The answer is very simple. Because that person, that student has believed that he or she can't stood at the first, can't be successful, can't be the richest, can't be the best. He has made his philosophy that he can't do it. But let me tell you what successful mindset says. They say, if that person can hold the position, if that person can be the successful, if that person can be the best, why not I? And that is the difference between ordinary to extraordinary, between successful to unsuccessful. This is the real difference. Let me share you one of my own story. Today in class 11, I opted mathematics as my main subject. But that little Simran was not always the same. I was never satisfied with my marks in mathematics, not even my teachers, not even my parents, nobody. Even Shweta miss, Manoj, everybody scolded me for my marks. But that scold proves a result. During the time of my boards, there was a 10-day gap in mathematics exam. Enough time to prepare, right? But I fell sick for an entire week. I was totally scared that what if my marks go low, what if I scored very less, what if every effort of my whole year just drains out. But then I reminded myself that Simran, if you really worked hard, everything goes well. And guess what? When result came, I scored highest in mathematics. And that's when I realized confidence isn't saying मैं नहीं हारूं. It's saying अगर मैं हार भी गया तो मैं फिर से खड़ा हो जाऊंगा. Consider me as a friend or a well-wisher and just practice this one thing whenever you feel sad, terrified, or lonely, or feel like giving up, which I often used to do. I stand in front of a mirror and tell myself that Simran, where will you reach if you don't give up? What would happen if you don't stop trying? And the mirror silently answers me, then keep going Simran. क्योंकि पता है चलते रहने से मंजिलें भी चल पड़ती हैं और रुक जाने से किस्से ही अधूरे रह जाते हैं. Compare yourself that you are not that smart, you are not that special, you are not that brilliant, etc. etc. Are you? Are you used to compare yourself? Let me just reveal the truth. Your life is truly magical. You are truly magical when you think. Because every day almost 1,50,000 ever have. So instead of comparing yourself, just praising yourself and celebrating yourself that you have next chance to learn, to grow and to achieve something bigger than tomorrow. And this was also said by Harivansh Rai Bachchan in this poem कि कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती और लहरों से डरकर नौका कभी पार नहीं होती. Today, when I look back, I see that young girl making excuses every single morning. But I still feel proud that at least she didn't stop trying. As an 11th grader standing right here, I want to tell you all guys, don't wait for anyone to push you. Don't wait for luck. Just build the discipline. Because at last, you will only see yourself. It was never your destiny. So my dear friends, don't fear failure. Fear giving up. Don't seek applause. Seek growth. Because life does not reward those who dream. It rewards only those who convert their dreams into action. Thank you everyone and be positive.